Good afternoon, welcome to the Under-16 National Finals Day. You join us as we are just about to enjoy the championship game to crown the Under-16 National Champions. There are two games going on simultaneously. At the top of your screen there, you will see the Manchester Titans taking on the Yorkshire Assassins. That's basically for third and fourth place in the championship round, the championship bracket, if you will. But we're going to focus on the Under-16 national title game, where the Rushmore Knights will take on the Solent Seahawks in what promises to be a really, really brilliant encounter. These two guys were ranked number 1 and number 2 at the end of the Southern Playoff Tournament. Rushmore ranked number 1, Solent ranked number 2. So it's going to be contested between two teams from the south of the country as our captains take the field. Number 11 and number 4 for Solent. That's Devin Morton-Roberts and Robbie Leroy for Solent. Just a reminder, these two teams have got here through 4 tournaments throughout the year, giving each team 8 regular season games. The division winners and the best runners-up then take part in the end of season North and South playoff tournaments. The best 4 teams out of those tournaments qualify for the national championships, and the next 4 qualify for the plate tournament. We've just seen the plate tournament decided, and Edinburgh ran out 18-6 winners over the Kent Exiles. That's the Edinburgh Napier Knights, behind 2 touchdown passes to Jack McCallum and a touchdown rush from running back Lucas Alexander, led behind quarterback Logan McPhee. And now it's the time of the national championship. So here we go then. Coin toss is done. Just a reminder, no kickoffs, no special teams in this one. It is simply 4 downs to get yourself to halfway and then 4 downs to score. Solent are going to start with the football on their own 5-yard line. It's been a very, very grey, damp day here at Stafford at Rugby Union Football Club. The rain, thankfully, though, has abated. Although it's looking a bit dark again now. Let's see how things go between these two powerhouses at under-16 level. Devin Morton-Roberts then, signal caller for Solent. He gets things underway next to the ground on first down. It's a nice run on first down, lowers the shoulder, and Nathan Allen picks up good yardage. You can hear the support. Obviously these two teams travelled a fair old distance from the south up to Stafford. Pick up of 12 yards on first down for Nathan Allen. Morton-Roberts then, high snap. Play action this time, rolls to his right, eyes downfield, and that one just out of the reach, a little too low for his intended receiver, Harry Meager. Flag on the play though. It's going to be a holding, looks like, against Solent. Here's our referee. After a good play on first down from Nathan Allen, that will march Solent back all the way to their 7-yard line. Second down. Oh, the ball's respotted just past the 8. So the 8.5-yard line. Second down, Solent. 2 receivers to the left this time for Morton-Roberts, Devin Morton-Roberts. To the air he goes. Pressure coming. He escapes the rush. Eyes downfield. Still struggling. Oh! Tries to flip the ball over the top. But the big hands of Nathaniel Krause gets in the way. Third down then. Here's a replay again. Good pressure from Krause to begin with. Morton-Roberts dances around, feels the pressure coming, tries to flip it back over to his centre. But Cowles gets himself in the way. So third down then, ball handed off once again to Allen. Allen has a little bit of room. Tackle coming in from Lewis Gray. I expected this to be an intense battle. These two teams know each other very, very well. So fourth down then. They need 8 yards to pick up a first down on this first possession. Ball handed off once again to Allen. Same play. Well read. Can he get there? No, he's forced out of bounds. And that'll be a turnover on downs. Tom Green for Rushmore. One of the first to get there. And now we'll see the Rushmore offense. What a following these Rushmore Knights have brought with them. And then Solent as well, making all sorts of noise. Ball handed off, or pitched in fact. And on first down, Cash Moonen with the carry. But met in the hole. Intensity down on the field at this under 16 level. It was fantastic. First experience for these guys of kitted football. Ball fumbled on second down. And in the early stages of this championship final, this national final, both defenses bringing the pressure. And it is again that centre QB exchange just falling short. You can see a slippy ball in these conditions. Goes straight down, back to live action. Once again, stuffed up the middle. Nowhere for Moonen to go. James Brooks on the stop. Here he comes straight up the middle. In fact, it's not Brooks, it's Finn Palmer. So fourth down now to the air. Got time, slings the ball sidearm, but it drifts out of bounds. QB Finn Lockwood there. And well, what a defensive battle this has been so far. The Solent Seahawks dispatched the Yorkshire Assassins to make it through to this final earlier today. The Rushmore Knights took down the Manchester Titans. And both were very convincing in their respective semi-finals. Morton Roberts then back to work. Play action. Got a man over the middle, and that's great catch. Just going to be shy of a first down. The reception made by Orion Michael. And Devon Morton Roberts there. If he could have just taken a little bit off that one and hit Orion Michael in stride, Michael could have gone a lot further and picked up at least the first down, but nevertheless a good pickup of 15 on first down. 2nd and 5. Allen this time with a handoff, and he's got some room, and he's got a first down. Move the chains. The Solent Seahawks playing a real high tempo. So in the Southern Playoff Tournament, Rushmore beat Oxford 18-6. And Northants Knights 37-6 to book themselves the place in the semi-finals. Solent took down the Kent Exiles 44-7. And the London Blitz 32-19 to book their spot in the Final Four. Already told you about the semi-finals earlier on as a shift from the Seahawks. Empty backfield for Morton Roberts this time. Well, that could be a delay of game. Is that a delay of game, or has somebody called a timeout just in time? Let's wait and hear from our referee.
Keep it cool and play cool, Seahawks.
So lots of shifting, then motion. Did they take too much time? Yeah, signalled illegal shift. Well, actually a false start, in fact. So that marches Solent back. So instead of first down in Rushmore territory, they find themselves 4 yards deep in their own half. Maybe trying to overcomplicate things a little bit. Morton Roberts then back to pass. Flings the ball out to the left. Reception made. Recipient that time, Harry Meager, gets them back into Rushmore territory. Second down, 20 yards to go till the end zone. Evan Morton Roberts, really big quarterback. Hands the ball off, no, pulls it this time. Now he tries to go back over on play over the top on a wheel route. Just puts a little bit too much mustard on it for Orion Michael that time. Here it is, you see that ball gets into the breadbasket of Michael. Michael then continues his run on that wheel route. Loads of time for Morton Roberts, but he just pops that one too far out of bounds. Third down. Bunch formation to the right this time for Morton Roberts. Spreading the formation once again. Morton Roberts had a man deep. Same man, in fact, Orion Michael. But he can't connect. That's 2 consecutive passes. And Devon Morton Roberts has overcooked the ball. Had a man both times who was behind the last defender. Maybe Morton Roberts just needs to calm a little bit. Remember, this is a national championship final, so you can understand nerves, a little bit of excitement, extra adrenaline. He's going up top once again. He's got looking for the same man, and it's caught! Touchdown, Orion Michael, and the Solent Seahawks open the scoring in this under-16 national title game. Beautiful reception there from Orion Michael. Extend those arms. Catches it with his fingertips. Now a reminder, extra points in this one. It's either 1 extra point from the 5-yard line or you go for 2 from the 12. The Solent Seahawks electing to attempt 2. Morton Roberts again then back to pass. Got time again, waiting for his receivers to come open. Now has to elude the rush. Now trying to get rid before the time expires. I don't think he managed to do that. Flag comes out. Yeah, so the extra point attempt is no good. Quarterback has 7 seconds to get rid of the football. And unfortunately that time Morton Roberts took longer than the 7 seconds. Here's the touchdown again. Look at that grab over the shoulder. Orion Michael reels that one in beautifully. So the score remains 6-0. Great coverage downfield as the rain begins to fall here in Stafford. Make passing all the more difficult. Ball pitched to the left. And there's a little bit of space for the runner. And this is going to be a house call. Abongwa Ndumu with the touchdown, but there is a flag, and that's a hold against Rushmore. So that one's going to come back. But Abongwa Ndumu showed the wheels for the Rushmore Knights. Now we're buoyed by what they've seen there. Look at that. Turns on the jets and he's away. But a lot of the time when there is a big run, it's because somebody has committed a penalty, and it's usually a hold springing a run like that. So first down again. Same play by the looks of things, and a very similar result in terms of positive yardage at least. Ndumu with the carry. Yeah, same play as on first down. Ndumu to the left. Finds a seam. Picks himself up 10 yards. Ndumu once again. This time snagged in the backfield. What a tackle. James Brooks fires through for a big TFL. Fights off his blocker, gets himself around Finn Lockwood, the quarterback. And then James Brooks drives Ndumu back towards his goal line. Third down, and the rain really beginning to pour now here in Stafford. Back in Ndumu's hands. Counterplay to the left, back to the right. Tries to spin away, still on his feet. Trucks over a defender. That'll bring up fourth down, 6 yards to the halfway line. Ndumu brings a load, that's for sure. There it is. Pitches to the left, comes back to his right. Lockwood gets out in front, blocking again. And at under 16 level, we've seen it all afternoon. These QBs need to be able to hand the ball off and pass and block. And Ndumu looking for room round the left this time. No dice. Combination of James Brooks and Nathan Allen bring down Obonwa Ndumu. And that snuffs out the latest Rushmore attack. These guys have put up plenty of points in the Southern Playoff Tournament. Rushmore have scored 55, only conceded 12. Solent scored 76, only conceded 26. Conditions might put pay to that, as on first down, Nathan Allen picks up 5. The high tempo Solent offense continues to roll. Devin Morton-Roberts, we saw him miss on a couple early, but he managed to connect on the touchdown to Orion Michael ball. Play action this time, man over the top, and that's just in and out of the hands of Harry Meager. You can't really see it on the screen, but the conditions have really deteriorated since this game began. So every pass, every reception is going to be an adventure. Which might make you think the defenses will key in on the ground game a little more. Offenses can't become one-dimensional though. Still got to keep the defense honest. Third down. Morton-Roberts, 2 running backs either side. Going up top. He's got a man over, and that's caught at the 10. Stumbles out of the tackle. Harry Meager. Touchdown number 2 for Solent. I mentioned the conditions may make passing treacherous. But Morton-Roberts appears to have found his groove. And that one was perfectly positioned over the shoulder of Harry Meager, and Meager manages to elude a last gaff tackle attempt and stroll into the end zone for the second Solent score of this championship final. Going for 2 once again. Whether not bothering Morton-Roberts, he rolls to his right now, he's in trouble again. Can he fight away? The time is ticking and he's taken down. Does he get the ball away? Well, it's given across to James Wotton. And Wotton rumbles forward for a couple, and it's nowhere near enough. And the score remains Rushmore 0, Solent 12. Here's that touchdown once again. Play action again, pull the ball. Meager has already beaten his defender, catches the ball 3 yards into the Rushmore half. Valiant effort by the defender, but can't bring Meager down now. What can Finn Lockwood and the offense do in response? New running back in the game this time, and there's a hole, and for a moment Cash Moonen saw some daylight. And just when he thought he may be off to the races himself, a Solent defender grabbed his ankles and brought him down to the turf. And that same defender not got a number on you at the minute. He's just taking a while to get up. Love to see the respect from these guys. So officials time out for an injury. So once again, this weekend's games and or next weekend brought to you in association with the Union Jack Classic. The Arizona State Sun Devils taking on the Kansas Jayhawks Saturday, September the 19th at Wembley Stadium. NCAA football comes to the UK, to the nation's capital. Get your tickets from the UnionJackClassic.com. So UnionJackClassic.com. We've got 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this first half here.
Keep this momentum, Seahawks.
Great to see him back to his feet. He's just going to be assessed over on the sideline. Seems to be walking okay with a concussion assessment. Good tackle nevertheless. That was number 30, Harrison Brown, walks himself off. Second down then. Rushmore back to action. And Dumu once again with a tackle, but a brilliant work again. We've seen Nathan Allen carry the ball. Now we see him come up and make a tackle. And Dumu can't pick up any more than one. It's going to bring up third down, Rushmore. Watch Nathan Allen come up here. Fights off a block. It's his man head up and wrestles him out of bounds. Third down. 13 yards to go. Don't need all of it here. And Dumu once again tries to cut it back. He's got some space. He's back up towards midfield, but there is a flag once again. And where that flag has been dropped, there's in the vicinity of holding once more against Rushmore. And there's the signal from our referee just off the screen. It is going to be holding Rushmore. This one's coming back. And Dumu working hard, but unfortunately his teammates kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little. So there it is again, holding penalty. We saw Edinburgh beat Kent 18-6 in the plate final. In the third place game in that competition, the Northants Knights beat the Birmingham Lions 35-6 as the ball handed off to Njumo again. And Njumo gets round the left side but can only pick up the penalty yardage. And that's going to bring up fourth down.
Stay cool, boys. Stay cool and classy. Stay cool and classy, boys.
So this is fourth down. Well, close to the final 2 minutes. Just a reminder, the clock on the screen is unofficial. We'll try and give you time updates, official ones, as and when we get them. So there you go, you heard from our White Hats. That is the 2 minute warning. Both teams still have their full allocation of timeouts. Each team gets 2 timeouts per half. It's a big fourth down now for Rushmore. And Njumo back there, finding instructions from Finn Lockwood. Looks like he wanted to switch it to the other side, and Njumo looking to try and bounce his way to the left. But that black wall of shirts closes the door once again. Nathan Allen, along with Mason Carr, the first to get there. And another turnover on downs for the Rushmore Knights. Look at that. James Brooks, Mason Carr. Such tenacity these Solent Seahawks have brought here to Stafford Rugby Union Football Club this afternoon. So the Seahawks offense back to work then. Morton Roberts, hands off. Good penetration by Rushmore this time, and there's nowhere to go. And that's going to be a loss of a couple. Harry Blake on the carry that time. Rushmore bring the welcoming committee. First man there was Justin Walters, number 7. Shadow of their own end zone now then. Play action this time. Pressure coming and has to sling that ball away. And Harry Blake didn't have his head round in time, but Morton Roberts was very conscious of the pressure he was facing there and just had to get rid of that. Just about a minute remaining or so in this first half. The Rushmore defense holding solid on this latest possession. Back to the air on third down then. Morton Roberts scrambling for his life. Dumps the ball over, but that one is almost just shot putted towards his receiver, Harry Meager. And there has been a little bit more intensity this time on this defensive series from the Rushmore Knights. But we've already seen that Devin Morton Roberts can strike from anywhere. Bunch formation to the right this time. The rangy quarterback. He drops back now, rolls to his right. He's got a bit of time up top, but that's way over the head of his intended receiver. And Rushmore hold firm, sparking them and their sideline to life. A matter of seconds left in this first half. The under-16 National Championship game brought to you in association with the Union Jack Classic. First day of Brick Bowl action. Tomorrow we've got the Division 1 and the Division 2 national finals to bring you. And then next weekend, the under-19 final, the women's national final, and the Brick Bowl, the premier final. Ball is up and caught! And down to the 7-yard line. Finn Lockwood finds his receiver. There's a couple of guys down at the end of that one. Going to take a referee's timeout here for these two injuries. Just trying to get a number for that receiver for you. Struggling with a little bit of cramp. There we go, indicated by our referee. Referee's timeout. Here's that play again. Lockwood drops back. Great blocking. Lofts that ball up and finds Izal Dianalamine for a big time reception. And that could be the play that gets the Rushmore Knights back into this one. Alamine then with a really nice reception. Pirouetted his way round, pulled the ball in, and then took off. First down, Rushmore, 7 yards away from the end zone. Can they open their account before half-time? They will start the second half with the ball as well, so this could be a two-possession swing for Rushmore if they can score here. And then stop Solent again. Their defense was good on the last series, was the Rushmore Knights. Pitch out to the left. Barreling his way towards the end zone. No signal yet. Now there is. Touchdown, Rushmore. Tom Green, the touchdown scorer, to slice the deficit in half. Going for two then. Green once again, but he's scythed down by James Brooks and Mason Carr. Extra point attempt, no good. So the score very similar to our score in the plate final at this stage. Rushmore 6, Solent 12. Edinburgh ran out to a 12-0 lead, and Kent came back to make the score 12-6 at half-time. Solent have done likewise. Touchdown receptions from Orion Michael And Harry Meager took it out to a 12-0 advantage for Solent. And Tom Green has cut that lead in half as we approach half-time here in Stafford. Can Solent add anything more before the half-time break? Ethan Arias on the carry. Still time for the Seahawks. And we know that Devon Morton Roberts can go up top. We know Harry Meager and Orion Michael have the pace to get behind the defenders. This time ball handed off once again, and there's room round the right edge. Nathan Allen with the carry. We expected this one to be a battle. These two programs are very, very adept at developing these youngsters. They've met each other so many times before as well. Obviously competing in a similar region. There's a timeout called by Solent, so you know what they're trying to do. They want to add more points before the half. They know that the Rushmore Knights are going to open the second half with the football. So they're trying to re-establish that 12-point cushion. Solent looked ready to go after their timeouts. Obviously, they kind of knew what play they were going to run, but just wanted to stop the clock to give them an opportunity to do that. But Rushmore were like, hang on a minute, you've called timeout. We're going to take our time. We're going to regroup. Just make sure we all know our assignments. So third down then. Devon Morton Roberts with two running backs. Either side, one to the left, one to the right. Ball play action then. And this time Morton Roberts had nowhere to go. Gets his foot stood on at the end. Good coverage downfield by Rushmore. Brings up fourth down. Clock stops due to the incomplete pass. We do have another Seahawk down just to the left, off camera. So as expected, a very competitive final. Solent got out to a real fast start. Caught Rushmore napping a little, both on offense and defense. Bonwa Ndumo thought he'd gone the distance to open the scoring for the Rushmore Knights, only to be brought back by a holding penalty. But Tom Green did manage to find the end zone for Rushmore. Harry Blake, the injured man, walking himself off the field. In fact, 38, my mistake. James Leonard, receiver, gets himself off the field. Looks good to go. So fourth down then for Solent. Morton Roberts then rolls to his right again. Fires the ball harmlessly away. That falls incomplete. Is there any time for Rushmore, or is that going to be the half? The referee is signalling for the football, and that is half-time here in Stafford, where the Solent Seahawks currently lead the Rushmore Knights by a score of 12-6, courtesy of two Devon Morton Roberts touchdown passes, the first to Orion Michael, the second to Harry Meager, to be answered by a rush by Tom Green to cut the Solent lead in half. And this one's still in the balance as we reach half-time. So here are highlights of the first half then. There's the fumble. Rushmore started really slow. That was because of the pressure that the Solent Seahawks defence applied pretty much from the off. And Finn Lockwood, in these tricky conditions, struggled to get hold of the football. Devon Morton Roberts missed on a couple of occasions, but a nice catch over the middle to open his account. That was the first completion of the afternoon. And then once he'd missed a couple deep, he finally found Orion Michael, who reeled in a beautiful catch over the shoulder for the opening score of the afternoon. And Ndumo, we'd seen what he could do. He was sprung, but on that occasion, James Brooks slammed the door shut. And this was the fourth down attempted conversion. And Ndumo once again had nowhere to go. That wall of a Solent Seahawks defence. And at this stage, Solent were on top. Morton Roberts had found his range and hit Harry Meager over the top for the second score of the afternoon. Beautifully played by both quarterback and receiver, and Morton Roberts at that stage was in the zone. But then on the next defensive series, Rushmore couldn't do anything on offense, and the next defensive series, Rushmore really came to play. Solent went 4 and out, bringing pressure and forcing Morton Roberts to throw before he was really ready. And then Finn Lockwood found Izaldeen Al-Amin. That big first down conversion, which then set up Tom Green, who powered his way through the Solent defence for the only Rushmore touchdown in that first half, but sets things up very nicely for the second half. 12-6 Solent lead at the half. Rushmore will start with the football in the second half. Don't go anywhere. We've got second half action coming live. So welcome back. These half times don't last very long in these under-16 matchups, which is great because we can get action back underway. 12-6 then. Currently Solent lead the Rushmore Knights, but Rushmore start on offense. Finn Lockwood at quarterback. Bongwa Ndumo at halfback, and he gets the carry. And he's trying to escape the attention of Solent, and in particular Mason Carr, but Mason Carr stays strong. When you consider these guys are under 16s, there are some spectacular athletes out there. The experience these guys are gaining at this level is only going to stand them in great stead as they move through the ranks into under 19 and beyond. And Ndumo once again with a carry. He's got a bit of space around the right-hand side. Picks up 10 yards before he's ushered out of bounds. Seen a lot of players suffering with a little bit of cramp this afternoon. It is damp, but it is very warm here in Stafford. The good news is that the rain has stopped. We should hopefully open up the playbook a little bit more, but having said that, Devon Morton Roberts wasn't put off at all by the adverse conditions. Just a reminder, top of the screen there, we've got 2 games going on currently. We know you're watching the Rushmore Knights and the Solent Seahawks in the Under-16 National Championship game. We've also got the third place playoff between the Manchester Titans and the Yorkshire Academy Assassins. That's going off just at the top of your screen. You may catch glimpses of that from time to time. We'll try and bring you score updates on that as we get them. But here's third down then. Lockwood, a little bit of time, rolls, fires underneath. Gets his man, and he shows great strength and balance, does Justin Walters, to stay on his feet and pick up a Rushmore first down. There are flags down as well, and I think that's going to go against the defense. Potential horse collar tackle there on Justin Walters, but the strength he showed to remain on his feet, pirouette out and pick up a Rushmore first down. Rushmore listening intently to the discussions going on from the officiating crew. Here's the call. So 2 personal fouls on the play. One for a face mask, which is declined, and the second for a roughing the passer call, which is accepted, which puts Rushmore in great field position. First down on the 13-yard line of the Solent Seahawks. Side judge comes in just to make sure our white hat's ready and up to speed. So Finn Lockwood and the offense are ready to go to work again. Abongwa Ndumu in the backfield, and he's going to get the rock. He's been the workhorse so far of this Rushmore offense. He goes to the left, bounces back to the right, now straightens, spins inside the 5, close to the goal line. Is he in? No signal yet. Touchdown, Rushmore Knights. Abongwa Ndumu to level things up. Wow. Power, speed, vision, everything on show there. Going for 2 into the corner of the end zone. Great coverage that time by Harrison Brown. Izaldeen Al-Amin, the intended receiver. But just like that, it's a 12-12 tie. And I mentioned at the bottom of the first half, here's that touchdown again. He goes to his left, look at the vision, cuts back, acres of space in front of him, then decides to straighten up, spins, and then it's all about the drive, drops the shoulder, keeps the legs moving, and he gets a little bit of help at the end to push him across the goal line. But that possession, end of possession touchdown at the end of the first half, and then this first possession of the second half has this one knotted up. So after being 12-0 ahead, Devin Morton Roberts now has to try and lead his team again. Rolls to his left, throws back to his right, and that's behind his intended receiver on first down. We talk about momentum in American football, and at the beginning of this game, Solent had all the momentum. But now, since that defensive stand towards the end of the first half, the Rushmore Knights have come firing back. The next score could be pivotal. Remember, that is an unofficial clock on the screen. Ball handed off this time. James Brooks on the carry. In fact, that's 4-4 rather than 1-4. It's Nathan Allen. Yeah, Brooks currently on the sideline. Here comes Allen on the sweep. Nice little stiff arm. Great tackle at the end of that one. Third down. They need 13 to convert. Allen in motion again. Same play the other way. Allen turns the corner. Makes the first man miss. Then the second. Gets the first down and is then dragged down into Rushmore territory. No flags on the field. Incredible effort by Nathan Allen. We stop play for a Rushmore defender who's slow to get up. But this is all about heart. Nathan Allen pops to his feet, makes his way to the sideline. There's that play again. Look at the effort from Allen. Almost gets his face mask snagged to begin with. Throws his hands up at the end as if to say, hey, where's the flags? But then manages to get himself over halfway into Knights territory. And that's number 54 for Rushmore. Don't have a name for 54, unfortunately, on my roster. Seems to be a lower leg injury. We wish him all the best. Hopefully see him again towards the end of this game if he can. But nevertheless, first down, Solent. Looking to try and grab the momentum back if they can. 12 unanswered points for Rushmore at this point. Ball handed off once again. This time Harry Blake round the left-hand side. He's met by Pedro Rodriguez. Three chances to get 14 yards and retake the lead. Rushmore have not been in front at all in this national title game for the under-16s. Play action. Mervyn Roberts looking to ditch it, and he does then get it to his centre. And Lewis Gray picks up positive yardage down to the 6-yard line. Great coverage once again by Rushmore, but Devon Morton-Roberts has the presence of mind just to dump that ball over to his centre. Lewis Gray, who picks up some hard yards. Down to the Rushmore 7. There's a flag straight away and the play is blown dead before there's an opportunity to start, and it's going to be a false start against the offense. Marches Rushmore back. Keep your eye on Justin Walters, currently playing nose tackle at the moment. He's standing on the ball right there. He was being the cheerleader before that previous play. Trying to get the Rushmore faithful involved. So third down, 12 yards to go to the end zone. Play action, struggling with pressure. Ball is out. And that is going to be classed. Ooh, flag comes out at the end. I think that's going to be classed as an incomplete pass because the ball went forward. Trying to get the ball to Lewis Gray. The flag came out at the end. Here we go. So watch again. Morton Roberts then. Did he throw that ball forward? Oh, is that a fumble? Well, it looks like whatever it is. Lewis Gray picked the football up and then gets tackled at the end. Here's a penalty. So, that's a harsh call. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness call against Rushmore. And that's tough because the ball came out. Lewis Gray started running with it. And Justin Walters put that tap tackle in at the end, and then the flag came out for unnecessary roughness. Unless there was something I missed. But nevertheless, it's first down. 4 chances for Solent to retake the lead. And it's Nathaniel Krause off to the left side. Gets inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Can the Rushmore Knights find a goal line stand from somewhere? Devon Morton-Roberts at quarterback. 3 receivers to the right this time. Empty backfield. He rolls to the right. Looks for Lewis Gray. Lewis Gray picks the ball up and gets flattened at the 1-yard line. Tom Green, number 92. Here we go. You could see Morton Roberts trying to pitch that ball to Lewis Gray all the way, and he does manage to get it there. It is Tom Green, but actually coming in, flying in, looked to be Lucas Atherton as well. 2 more opportunities for Solent. Ball down at the 1. Will Morton Roberts look to try and underarm the ball to Lewis Gray again, just past the goal line. Good coverage again. Morton Roberts now looking for time. Back of the end zone. There's a man there, and it's caught. No flags. Touchdown, Solent. Harry Meager with his second touchdown reception of the afternoon. Initially, that was really good coverage by the Rushmore D. But the longer the play went on, the harder it is for those defenders to stay with the receivers. Morton Roberts kept calm, knew the pass clock was ticking. Remember, 7 seconds to get rid of the ball. And he managed to fire it away. So Solent go for 2. Good coverage once again, and now he's taken down. So that keeps the lead. That's 6 points. Rushmore 12, Solent 18. Here's the touchdown again. You'll see, first of all, really good coverage from Rushmore. And then at the top of your screen there, Angus Abula just slips and loses his man, which gives Morton Roberts the opportunity to float the ball over the top and find Harry Meager in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. So, can Finn Lockwood and the Rushmore Knights respond again? Ball in the hands of their primary weapon. And he goes to the left, now comes back to the right, bounces, ducks under a couple of tackles, picks up a hard-fought 6 yards. Abongwa Ndumu. Flag on the play, though, once again. Looks like it's going to be a hold against Rushmore. It is indeed, so that's half the distance to the goal line. See if we can see the hold at all. Looks like it might be coming from number 7, Justin Walters, in the centre of the screen there to spring Ndumu. To the air then, Lockwood on first down. Ball over the top, but it's just out of the reach. Lucas Atherton was in the vicinity. Lockwood can't quite get it there. But again, Atherton had got behind the final defender. Oh, so close. If he'd have reeled that in, that could have been 6 the other way. Atherton heads to the sideline now. Pivotal drive here for the Rushmore Knights. Conditions have very much improved here in Stafford. The rain has ceased. Skies brightened a little. Can Rushmore brighten the afternoon of their fans? Lockwood to the air again, over the top again. And that's missed once again. Similar pattern to last time. Lewis Gray, the intended receiver. Of course, I was calling Lewis Gray on the other team. It was number 10 on Solent, is James Watton. So apologies. Lewis Gray plays Rushmore, number 10. James Watton, Solent, number 10. So that was Lewis Gray there, intended receiver. So third down. Lockwood back to the air once again. He's got time. It's exactly the same pattern, and this time it's complete. Lockwood's tried that play 3 times in a row to 3 different receivers, and this time Isaldeen Alamin hauls it in for a first down. Slingy action from Lockwood, but effective on that occasion. And Alamin just can't keep his feet in bounds. Otherwise, that could have been 6. Trouble on the snap on first down. Lockwood manages to secure the possession and do the best he can. So it's a little bit like 1 step forward, 2 steps back at the minute for Rushmore. Big play for the first down, and then they fumble the centre QB exchange, almost wasting a down. The good news is they've still got 3 attempts to level things up. 21 yards away this time. Ball pitched, and there's the man going straight up the middle, and that man is Cash Moonen. No flags. Touchdown Rushmore. We're all tied up once again. This is exactly what a national title game should be. One team scores, the other team responds. 3 touchdowns apiece. 3 on the ground for Rushmore, 3 through the air for Solent. And with that latest touchdown, things all level again with 4 minutes 30 to go. Timeout called by the officials. Unfortunately, another injury. That's Harrison Brown, helped off the field. Now, really big play here. Can Rushmore take the lead for the first time? Going for 2. Big number 92 on the carry. Tom Green, nothing doing there. That was James Burfield at quarterback that time. So, with 4:30 remaining in the under-16 national title game, the Rushmore Knights 18, the Solent Seahawks 18. Who's going to take this one? Who's going to be crowned national champions? Well, the advantage is with Solent, as they have the ball next. And for all but one drive, the Rushmore Knights have not had an answer to Devon Morton Roberts, who's thrown 3 touchdown passes. So a little bit of confusion. A struggle for Solent to get that offense on field in setting time. Ball handed off. Steps to the right, then back to the left, met by 4 Rushmore Knights, led by Tom Green and Cameron Driscoll. We saw this in the first half, where the Rushmore defense solidified, really brought the energy in, applied pressure not only to Morton Roberts but also the run game. Ball handed off once again, and again that Rushmore defense swarms to the football. Two plays resulting in -1 yards. Here it is again, look. A little bit of a counter play there. But the first man there is Lewis Gray. And then Tom Green finishes off the rusher. 3rd down. Brilliant support here from all that have travelled. Play action. Morton Roberts looking to the air. He's going to have to get that ball off. He flips it out to his centre, who's got acres of room in front of him. But Lewis Gray brings the boom and takes down Ethan Pegorini. 4th down, 9 yards required. I said the advantage lay with Solent. But if Rushmore can hold Solent on this final 4th down play, as this time James Burfield energizes the Rushmore crowd. Big play in this national championship game. Morton Roberts throws, it's caught, and it's a first down. Harry Meager, 2 touchdown passes and a big first down conversion. Rushmore had him short of the line to gain, but Harry Meager, I mentioned about his heart for the previous touchdown. Here it is again. Once again, Morton Roberts does really well to get rid of the ball right before he's hit. And then Angus Abdullah had Harry Meager 3 yards short of the first down, but Harry Meager kept those legs driving, just wanted it a little bit more, and picks up a big first down. And that is the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning here in the national title game. Look how much he picked up a first down by. Less than a yard, Harry Meager picks up a first down. And now Solent look to try and put a cap on their 2026 season. They're 24 yards away and 2 minutes away from lifting the national title for under 16s. Devon Morton Roberts hands off this time. Nathan Allen with the carry. And the clock will run. 3-yard pickup on first down. Back to the ground on second down. It's Allen again, and he gets round the edge. Shoved into touch for a pickup of 3. Third down, Solent. You couldn't wish for a better finale to the under-16 season than this game right here. Play action this time. Morton Roberts has got time. He goes over to the end zone. There's a man there, and it's in and out of their hands. Great coverage once again. 2 Rushmore defenders converge on the receiver. Intended receiver that time was a Ryan Michael. Lewis Gray, one of the defenders to get there, along with Lucas Atherton. And there's a holding penalty as well to boot. That holding penalty is declined though. So fourth down. Will it be glory for Solent? Can Rushmore give their offense another opportunity? We're inside the final 2 minutes. Nathan Allen in motion. He gets the football and Rushmore are going to stop him. They tried to set up a fake reverse. And Rushmore didn't bite. And now the Knights, who were 12-0 down at the beginning of this game, they levelled things up at 12-all shortly after the half-time break. Then it's been score Solent, score Rushmore. Solent have the opportunity. Rushmore have the opportunity to put this one to bed. First down run, round the corner. Abongwa Ndumu with the carry. Second down then, Rushmore. Lockwood pitches once again to Ndumu. Ndumu dances around. Snagged, but he stays on his feet. Great strength. But the swarming Solent defense led by Harrison Brown. Good to see Harrison Brown back on after he left the field a little earlier. So timeout called by the Solent Seahawks, trying to preserve some clock. Third down, Rushmore. They need 17 yards for a first down. 52 seconds to go. Could we be heading to overtime in the national title game? Remember, these are the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams at the end of the Southern Playoff Tournament. Rushmore ranked number 1, Solent ranked number 2. And you can see why. Ball pitched. And Rushmore, running back, has room. He's over the 50 to the 10. He goes all the way. Tom Green. Could he have broken the hearts of the Solent Seahawks and given Rushmore the under-16 national title? Well, hold on. There's still around 45 seconds to go after the extra point. What a play by big Tom Green. Abongwa Ndumu has been carrying the load for most of the afternoon. But it's Tom Green who gets his second rushing touchdown. He opened the scoring for Rushmore, and he's got their latest one now. Going for one extra point. The ball is on the ground. Lockwood's got a man in the flats. Can Walters get in the end zone? He can! Justin Walters adds the extra point. And could that extra point be pivotal? It's the first extra point we've seen converted in both the plate final and the national final as well. Here's that touchdown again. Tom Green picks the ball up on his own 3-yard line. And he steps round to the left, and then he's off. Nobody home. No one stopping him, and Tom Green takes it all the way. Great composure there by Lockwood to pick the ball above the ground as well on the extra point and find Walters for the extra. First down then, Solent, and the Morton Roberts pass ends up incomplete. Solent scored 12 unanswered points at the beginning of the game. Rushmore have scored 13 unanswered in this second half. Couldn't ask for a better finale to this under-16 season. The third place game is finished. We'll bring you an update on the score between Manchester and Yorkshire in a moment. Morton Roberts over the top. Oh, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. No flags. James Brooks, the intended receiver. Great coverage once again by the Rushmore secondary. Third down. Time is really a factor right now. "24 seconds remaining. 24 seconds remaining. Morton Roberts has been so good through the air. Pitches it back to James Wotton. And Wotton now trying to get his way to the sideline to try and stop the clock. Can't stop the clock. Solent, I think, will call their final timeout, will they? Is their final timeout? It is fourth down. Last chance saloon for the Solent Seahawks. It looks so bright at 12-0 ahead in the first half. Here's the ball game. Devon Morton Roberts has 3 touchdown passes through the air. Pressure coming. Over the top. That one's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Gray to end the hopes of the Solent Seahawks and crown the Rushmore Knights the under-16 national champions. Still time on the clock, however. I expect to see Finn Lockwood take the ball, kneel down, and let the clock run out. There it is. Lockwood kneels, hands the ball to our referee. Side judge checks the clock. Referee raises the ball to the sky, and the celebrations can begin. The Rushmore Knights, your under-16 national champions. Let's enjoy these scenes as the Knights approach travelling entourage. So, a tale of two halves, if ever there was one. 12-6 at the half in favour of Solent. 3 second-half touchdowns for Rushmore, 1 for Solent, and that extra point by Justin Walters on the reception from Finn Lockwood, which gives us our final score of Rushmore 25, Solent 18. Let's have a look at the highlights from this national final then. So started off really shaky for Rushmore. Struggled a couple of times with the QB centre exchange. And then Devon Morton Roberts went to work. His first completion of the afternoon in very tricky conditions. And once Morton Roberts found his range, he found his open receivers. Went long a couple of times, but eventually found Orion Michael for the opening score of the afternoon. And at this stage, Solent looked buoyant. Solent once again, their defense came to play, led by number 14, James Brooks. And in the first half, Rushmore just could not get anything going. You can see the conditions there on the replay. The heavens opened, and then Solent back on offense. Devon Morton Roberts this time, his second touchdown pass of the afternoon, this time to Harry Meager. And at this point in the game, Solent were dominant, 12-0 ahead. Then Rushmore and their defense stepped up. And this next particular series, Solent had no answers. That almost flipped the procedure and flipped the script as pressure forced Morton Roberts into ill-advised throws. Rushmore then converted through Isal Dean Alameen, which led to the opening score for the Knights. Tom Green scampering to the end zone. And that's how the score finished at the half, 12-6 in favour of Solent. Rushmore then, they took the ball first in the second half. A couple of penalties on this play. Really good strength from number 7, Justin Walters, leading to Ndomu's tying touchdown. Power, strength, athleticism, balance, and a little help from his friends pushing him into the end zone. That tied things up at 12-all. Then Nathan Allen went to work for Solent, picking up a big first down. And then Devon Morton Roberts tried to get it to James Watton to score. He was stopped short, but it only delayed the inevitable as Morton Roberts found Harry Meager in the corner of the end zone, all alone. That puts Solent back on top, 18-12. Finn Lockwood then trying as he might. He went to that pass 3 times, was unsuccessful on the first 2, but third time's a charm. As the recipient, Izaldeen Alamin, sets up the tying touchdown by Cash Moonen. A marauding run through the middle. And at that point, we were tied 18 apiece. So Solent then, what a play that was to convert and pick up the first down. And at this point, Solent were looking really, really good, but fourth down, a big stop. Nathan Allen on the carry. But Angus Abula et al. Stopping, which led to Obongwa Ndumu doing what he'd done all day, showing grace and balance and strength and setting up Rushmore with one last opportunity. And Tom Green was the man who converted, dodging, sidestepping and sprinting his way into the end zone for the first lead of the afternoon for Rushmore. And to add the cherry to the top of the cake, Finn Lockwood then on the extra point managed to recover from a bad snap and found Justin Walters for the extra point. Solent then, all hands on deck. Rushmore trying to close the game, and Lewis Gray comes up with the game-ending interception, which sparked these scenes of jubilation for the Rushmore Knights. And it's great to see these guys down there. They've collected their medals. The MVP of the game is being awarded, and as you may expect, MVP goes to Rushmore's Tom Green. 2 touchdowns on the ground on the day, the opening score for the Knights, and the game-sealing touchdown as well. So Tom Green, the MVP. And let's let the pictures speak for themselves as Joe Walker hands the trophy over to the Rushmore Knights. Under-16 national champions for 2026. A fitting end to what has been a brilliant under-16 season. So we've had 8 teams in competition today. There's been some fantastic examples of not only football, the talent that we have at under-16 level in this country, but also the camaraderie and the sportsmanship that has been shown throughout. Every game has been played in such an incredible manner, such respect. And it's great to see all the teams staying behind, even the ones unsuccessful. Hats off to the Solent Seahawks. They fought all the way and were really, really close to that national championship themselves. Could have gone either way. There are 2 teams that are so evenly matched, and it's hard, but there has to be a loser. And on this occasion, the Rushmore Knights win. The Solent Seahawks finish as runners-up. That has been Under-16 Nationals Finals Day, brought to you in association with the Union Jack Classic. Remember, Arizona State Sun Devils versus the Kansas Jayhawks on Saturday, September the 19th at Wembley Stadium. Get your tickets from unionjackclassic.com. And that's our football completed for today. Thank you for joining us. Come back tomorrow when we're going to bring you live coverage of the Division 2 and the Division 1 National Championship games. From myself, Matt Walker, and all the guys here at Onside Productions and at the British American Football Association, thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Hope you'll join us. Bye-bye.